Welcome guys to my movie reviews. Today I have for you Tremors, but I'm not gonna be reviewing it alone.
Yep, it's me, Reborn.
Okay guys, first two people review, and oh yeah, we got a good one for you. Like I said, it's Tremors from 1990.
Can't go wrong with this movie, guys.
Yeah, it's pretty good. If you're into creature flicks, this is one of those you shouldn't miss.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is like your typical trashy creature flick movie, but it's not actually trashy at all, in my opinion. It's probably one of the best creature flicks I've seen.
Yeah, it has a certain charm. Sure, it's not the best movie of its kind, but I still say it is one of the pretty good ones that one shouldn't miss.
I would argue that, but...
Why?
It's not exactly Jaws, but that's basically what it is. It's Jaws, but it's underground instead of at the ocean.
Well, true, but it is a little more lighthearted in my opinion. It's not as dark and depressing as Jaws can be sometimes.
Yeah, the characters are more likable, they're funny, they're catchy, you can relate to them. They're your average folks that you would meet in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, pretty much. What makes this movie pretty good is the cast, in my opinion, which pretty much decided whether this movie will turn out to be good or not, because for a movie like this, you gotta have actors that can do this.
Yeah,
so,
like Fred Ward, who plays Earl Bassett, and Kevin Bacon, who plays Valentine McKee. An unlikely pair, but they actually work very well together. And then they are our main two heroes of the film.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. There's some great funny scenes between them, especially in the first half of the movie before shit hits the fan.
Mm-hmm.
There's also some other supporting cast that in the future Tremor movies would be more important. For example, we have Michael Gross playing Bert Gummer, one of my favorite movie characters of all time. This guy's hilarious.
He's like your cliche Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he's not Austrian, of course, and he's just comical.
He's a gun fanatic, and he has everything you can imagine.
I wouldn't just say gun fanatic. He's a military war fanatic. He always believes in being prepared, being ready for war, being ready for the worst of the worst.
Exactly.
And in this case, he takes it pretty obsessively when it comes to monstrous worm-like creatures that live underground trying to eat you.
Yeah, that's basically the plot. Quoting from IMDb, natives of a small isolated town defend themselves against strange underground creatures which are killing them one by one. Those things do have a name, but it won't tell you much. In the movie they simply refer to them as graboids. Basically some huge worm creatures that dig through the ground and basically grab you from below if you're moving. That's how they
hunt.
Yeah, basically. So if you put your foot down, it might not be there after a few seconds.
Yeah, well, it kind of reminds me of this game I used to play with my siblings. It was like a Monster Under the Ground, where basically the game was we would climb on furniture or jump to furniture, and if we touched the ground, we'd be dead. And sometimes we have this time limit of 10 seconds if we fell off the ground and we were too far away from certain objects to get to. If we didn't get off the ground within 10 seconds, we're dead and out of the game. That's basically the movie.
That's cool. I think I played something like that too when I was a kid, but I'm not sure. It's too long ago, I can't quite remember. Maybe they did something like that in school once? Possibly. But anyway, this movie is a PG-13. There is still a little bit of gore, but it really is not much. So even if you don't have a strong stomach, really, it's not bad.
It's not over the top, but
No.
it's not too little either. I think it's just right, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this is by no means a great movie in my opinion, but this is a perfect movie when you just want simple and very fun entertainment, and it definitely gives you that.
It's definitely good for the family, in my opinion, too. I don't think it's too terrifying for an entire family household.
Yeah, it's okay. So if you have, I guess, yeah, I think anyone beyond the age of 12 or 13 can definitely watch this one.
Yeah.
Hence the rating PG-13.
So should we go down the cast a little bit here?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, we got Valentine McKee, played by Kevin Bacon, as we mentioned. He's one of the heroes. Then we have Earl Bassett, played by Fred Ward. And these are basically two men. They are known as, how did Valentine say it? We are handy men, Earl. We are handymen.
Yeah, exactly. There's also, like I said, Michael Gross as Bert Gummer, and his wife, Heather Gummer, which unfortunately we don't get to see after this movie, don't we?
No, we don't. Like in this, I guess one little spoiler would be that they divorced in the second movie, but not a big deal. It's not like she had a huge part in the first film anyway.
Not really. And yeah, most of the remaining cast actually is not that important. Most of those characters don't make any reappearance. However, I see one on the list right here.
But we see a lot of comic relief characters.
I want to see this real quick. Oh yeah, we know her. Do you remember the girl from the first Jurassic Park movie?
Oh my God, that's her, Arena Richards. She plays the little girl. What's the kid's name in the movie?
Let me have a look. That was in 19. She played Lex.
No, I'm not talking about the girl in Jurassic Park. I meant the girl she plays in Tremors. Silly.
Sorry.
Mindy. There we go. Yeah. Mindy, and she plays the little girl. It's not a huge part. She's just kind of like the, oh my God, save the kid type.
Exactly.
Then you have one kid that you wish would die because he's such a little shit. What's his name?
Melvin.
Melvin, yeah, played by Robert Jane. He's like your typical comic relief. He likes to piss off our two heroes.
Yeah, you always have to have some sort of asshole in a creature flick. Unfortunately, unlike a lot of them I know, he's not killed. Seriously.
Kill the little bastard! I know, it's a little harsh.
Yeah, we apologize for any Melvin fans out there, if those exist.
Yeah.
And, looking at it on IMDb right now, the movie received a 7.1 rating. That's pretty damn good.
I would give it a 10.
That's not a 10 for me, but it's definitely around 8 or 9.
Well, you're no fun.
Sorry. I'm just seeing the movie for what it is. I really like it. Really, I do.
This was something me and my dad would watch when I was much younger. I just totally loved it. He loved it. The comedy was funny, and the action was good. The creature was terrifying in its own right. And hey, no CGI.
Oh yeah, no CGI in this flick, which is pretty cool. Which unfortunately is something the sequels could not refrain from. But hey, at least it's not. In my opinion, it was never overused. They still used animatronics throughout the entire series.
Definitely, they only had to use CGI for like major chase scenes.
Yeah, for certain things that simply could not be done. But anyway, let's not get off topic. Let's stay on this movie.
I'll just say this, though. My favorite scene out of this entire movie was when Earl and Valentine meet the creature for the first time. And we're all assuming they're not... Well, should I say this? That the creature is extremely large?
Well, there's no point in denying that. I mean, if you look at this movie's cover, you can already tell.
Well, you can assume it's big, but it's not like that big on the cover. It's kind of exaggerated. But the creature is nonetheless extremely huge. But the guys don't know that. They think it's like really small, millions of little creatures that are after them, when in fact it's an extremely large creature. But anyway, my favorite scene is when they discover this, and their weapons are not having any effect on him, and these are like 4 caliber rifles or deer rifles that Bert gave them. And they hightail it and start running across the desert. The thing starts chasing him, and you don't really get an idea how fast it is until it goes under a fence postings. And the fence starts falling down as it goes underground and starts chasing him, and it's awesome. And it's I just love that. That is such a cheap effect, and it works. It gives you an idea how fast it's going.
Exactly. I mean, they used some simple tricks for doing this movie, but they worked out. I mean, this movie had a budget of $11 million. I think it was well spent. I know a lot of creature flicks would have a higher budget that don't turn out to be as good. Neither in perspective of the effects, nor to the acting, actors, or plot, or whatever.
Do you personally consider that a low-budget film?
11 million. I guess it's on the brink of being, average budget. I mean, okay, this was made in 1990. I guess for back then, this was already below average. But I think that for what budget they had, they made a pretty damn good movie out of it.
I kind of find it funny that the directors that wanted to make this film actually quoted they wanted to do something similar to Jaws, but they wanted to be more dirt sharks related.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, they didn't call it that, of course. Tremors, I think, was probably the best name for it, because at the very beginning of the movie, we're seeing, like, evidence of earthquakes and stuff, when in fact it's not.
It's not earthquakes, guys. So, yeah, let's settle. What is your rating officially?
my official rating as a creature fanatic or average moviegoer, I would still give it, my personal, is a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay, and for me, well, a 10 out of 10 for me would be a movie without any faults whatsoever. Well, I see very little here. I still can't quite give it a 10, but I still give it a very well-deserved 8.5 out of 10, which for me is way above average. So, if you are a creature fan and you for some reason haven't seen this movie yet, or even not heard of it, again, I find it unlikely, but still, if you want to see it, do it. There's no way you could regret this. This movie is out on DVD and Blu-ray, and it's pretty cheap to get. I bought all 4 Tremor movies for 15 euros here in Germany. I would think that in America it should be a bargain to get.
They're pretty average, and they're a decent bargain. I think I got all the 4 videos on eBay for about $35, maybe $40, which is good.
Yeah,
give or take, plus the shipping and handling. But yeah, it's Tremors, the first movie. Then you have Tremors Aftershock. Then Tremors 3.
Back to Perfection.
Back to Perfection Valley. And then the 4th one is actually a prequel called Tremors The Beginning.
I'm looking it up. Tremors 4, The Legend Begins.
The Legend Begins. Ah, okay. Well, that's more suited. That's more like a prequel to the first movie, but we call it Tremors. It's called Tremors 4 still.
I think that, apart from the first one, all these movies were direct to DVD. But, I tell you what, for being that, they were pretty good. I mean, I saw a lot of direct-to-DVD movies. The Tremors ones were still the best, in my opinion.
Yes.
And I think none of these movies are rated R, so you should have a pretty easy time to get these. Well, it's unlikely to give you nightmares, but you will be entertained, I can assure you that.
Definitely.
So that's Xeno and Reb signing off. I hope you enjoy this movie.
Adios.